Good morning. Early in the morning. It's like 6:15 and all the birds are singing. Hear that? That's a robin. Yep, I'm in Michigan, in Detroit. And as of yesterday, I became an appointed insurance agent. I'll get more into that later. Right now, it's devotional time. I want to thank the Lord. I'm going to tell you what's going on. Yesterday, I went home. And, I've been wanting... I was raised on a farm. And I ate quite well. I'm pretty fat. I got 70 extra pounds on me. I probably put on 30 of that, or at least 20, after I got married recently. Within the last year. So it wasn't really that recent. But anyways, so I did. And, I've done all the diets. Nothing's worked. But it's really funny is that I really, in my heart, wanted to become a vegan because I heard how good it is for your health. And I was thinking, oh, can I give up meat? Because I love meat. I love fish. I love chicken. I love beef. I love pork. I love all that stuff. And I love a good meal and all that. But I knew that my dad had had a debilitating stroke at 60. And he was that way till he died at 72. And all my mom's sisters died of breast cancer, treated and non-treated. So, I knew that I worked hard all my life. Literally, I have. And now I got a job that I can help people. And I don't have to kill myself doing it. And I'd like to live long enough to be able to, have a place to go with a house trailer and or even vacation home or take a couple of trips a year. And I've only been on one vacation. Really, I've worked that much. I've only been on one vacation. That was this last year. So I'd like to live long enough to enjoy a little bit. Maybe even get old enough to retire. But the rate I'm going, no. So in my heart, I was like, boy, I really would like to become a vegan. And, I don't like the sound of it, but, it's healthy. And I'd really like to do it. Well, then yesterday, I was watching this documentary. And I don't know if it's right or not, but they said that within a couple of weeks of nothing but plant-based foods, no eggs, no butter, no dairy, no meats, no fish, no chicken broth, none of that stuff, you can actually start to reverse your heart disease, your clogged arteries. You can start reversing all that within 2 weeks. Well, of course, that sparked interest to me because, that's the problem we have in my family. And I got thinking about it, I thought, man, for years now, I wanted to eat healthier and be a vegan, but I didn't think my spouse would go for it at all. So I thought, well, that's going to give me no hope because I don't do most of the cooking because I'm always working 60 hours a week. Okay, now, 40, 50, but still, I work a lot. So I knew it was not going to happen. So I come home yesterday, documentary about, What the Health, HEALTH, on Netflix. And look, we got to become vegans. No. I go, what are you talking about? And then I was like, oh my gosh, God is giving me the desire of my heart. So all of a sudden, it was like, we got to get rid of all this meat. And I'm like, okay, let's give it to the poorest, take it down to the homeless shelter, whatever. We can't just throw out food. People are hungry. So the decision was made. We're going to become vegans for 2 solid weeks. I'm going to give you a video here shortly of how I look today so you can see how fat I am. And we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. You like how that tree just leans? Look at that trunk. That trunk just leans right there and then shoots up straight. I saw that yesterday. I thought, well, that's amazing. But anyways, the point is, vegan or not, the point is, tell God the desires of your heart. And I don't mean, hey, I want to have a Lamborghini, because I really don't. I'd like to drive one, but I don't really want one. Do I want a nice house trailer? Yeah. Do I want a place up north so I can be by the ocean and listen to the wildlife and hear no cars go by? Yeah. And does God think that's good for me? I hope so. But he'll always give me what's good for me. And he knows what I want. But one thing I can tell you about prayer, tell God what in prayer. Be like, talk to him like I'm talking to you right now. Here's one of my prayers. I'm going to tell you right now. When I had cancer, one of them, let me tell you one of their prayers. I came home with bad news. I said, Lord, I'm very angry right now. I'm very, very, very upset because I had a bad day. The doctor told me this, and I told him what he said. And I said, I'm very angry because I've given you everything. I've done everything. And why is this happening to me? I don't understand it. And I laid my heart out. And I cried, fell asleep, woke up, prayed some more. I said, you know, God, I shouldn't have gone off like that. I was really upset. And God said, I want you to go off. I want you to tell me. I want you to be real. How else are we going to have a loving relationship unless you're real with me? I learned a lot that day. A loving relationship means I'm going to respect him and love him as much as I do my best friend, my spouse, my mom, everything. I'm going to have that kind of relationship. So I've been very honest with God in my prayers. And you can too. Only thing you have to remember is when you get done, if you don't fall asleep beforehand, just say, Lord, thank you. I love you. I ask you to help me out, or however you want to close it. I ask you in Jesus Christ's name. Father, you know best. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep now. Please help me. And that's it. Just be real with God. You ain't got to have all these formal things. I don't know how to pray. Well, then start talking to God like you would me. Pretend I'm right there with you. Look at a picture of your mom or your best friend and pray and talk to God that way with your eyes open if you have to. And then tell him. Be honest with him. And then you get all done, ask in Jesus' name and say, Lord, talk with me. And then listen. That still small voice in your head, that's him. So, anyways, just let you know that God does know the desires of your heart. And those that are good for you, and sometimes not really good for you, he's going to give it to you. And see what you do. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be a vegan. And I'm also an insurance salesman. How life does put curves in your path when you give your life to the Lord. Never would have thought this would have happened 12 years ago. Or 14 years ago, I think it is. When I gave my life to God. Yeah, 14. Because I've had cancer in remission now for 12 years. So, that's how you pray, man. And that's how your life can be with God. You never, ever walk alone. You walk with God. And he's the one to help you when you're facing things that are a trial. Things that you need to have a railing and a grip on because you could fall down the stairs. And he's there to tell you, hey, hang on to me so you don't trip. Hang on. I got you. These might be slip steps. They might be wet. Don't worry about it. I got you. And I got you down to safety. So you didn't fall, break your hip, break a leg. Got you. That's how you talk to him. That's how he talks back. He talks your language, your lingo. Doesn't swear. He talks in your lingo. Still small voice. That's how Elijah heard him during that whirlwind. There was still small voice. So people, give God your best in the morning time. Pray to him. Tell him what you got going on. Tell him what you're facing in the morning time. And at night, come back to him and give him praise for the day, for the good and the bad. For the good and the bad. And then listen. Just listen. That's it, folks. I got to go into work. I got a wedding, so I have to get up a little bit early today. Got to make a pearl necklace for the bride. So, because I don't have any money yet because I don't have any commission. I'm living by faith. Oh, yeah, I'm living by faith. I said I don't want no hourly wage because, the internet said the best money comes by straight commission. So I said I want straight commission. Well, I'll get paid for 6 more weeks. You want to talk about live by faith. It's like, God, I've been broke. This pandemic, I had to spend lots and lots of money to get food, to get stuff, to keep people fed, to help the poor. So I've been living by faith. You took care of all my bills. This last time, amazingly, I was really, really shocked and surprised. You took care of me. I got 6 more weeks with no income. No income. So thank God that George Mueller and Hudson Taylor are living by faith and reading those examples. But you can find them on YouTube here too, because I read them and I put them up. And you can learn how God answers prayer. God answers prayers. And he takes care of his own. So for the next 6 weeks, God's got to take care of me because I got no money. I've already exhausted all of it. To help everybody out, myself included. Because I've been a laborer. Paycheck to paycheck to get through seminary to get my doctorate degree. So, not a good time in my life. I don't have money built up. I have assets, but not money. So, we'll see how God goes. Stay tuned. This will be a fun 6 weeks to see what God does. But last week, when I told him, hey, I got all these bills, where's the money going to come from? And we went to the bank, and lo and behold, there was an extra $600 beyond what we needed. It turned out we needed that money too, because things came up. But it's okay. God will take care of you. Just have a loving relationship with him. Talk to him. All right, guys, tuning out. I got to go to work. God bless you. Please keep in your prayers. If you have any prayer concerns, leave me a comment and keep me updated, and I'll pray for you also. God bless.